my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh, yes, society. Welcome back to the Feel Good Breakfast Show. I'm going to put a challenge out straight from the very beginning. I dare you to not laugh. I dare you to not smile. It's impossible right now because joining us, we've got Marc Lottering and Alfred Adriaan.
You're losing already.
We're talking about SA.
You're losing already.
I'm losing already. Okay, try again. Right, this is SA's top comedians. They've joined forces to bring you their best material of work as performed over the last few years. They have been packing out theatres locally and abroad, and their respective fans can expect to be treated to 2 hours of sheer hilarity with their upcoming show. Ladies and gentlemen, I can't do this any longer. Let's give them a feel big welcome. Yes.
Marc and Alfred in the house.
Wow.
Hey.
Hello. Welcome, hey?
What an introduction.
Never have this couch looked any better.
Sure.
Look at you guys.
I like that you lie so early in the morning, but I'll take it.
No, it's a treat for us to have you here. It's very cool. But I think let's start off with the obvious. Marc, you've never really teamed up with anyone else. You're very selfish.
Yes.
So what happened in your life?
Well, I'm in the business of not splitting the check. It's very easy to get to that. But then my phone rang, and you can finish that
I
sentence.
was brave one night, and I was here in Cape Town, 2 double brandies deep, no, maybe 3.
Oh, the
and then I was like,
confidence.
I'm going to ask Marc to do a show together. And then text him immediately. And here we are.
Really? And no, like, why questions?
No,
Just
because
yes.
I've been watching him because other comedians don't generally like other successful comedians. So I blocked his accounts because I don't want to see...
As you normally do.
I normally do. I don't want to see what he's doing. And then... but what I do know is the reason I blocked his accounts is because he sells out all the time. So when he said, let's do a show together, I knew it's a win-win situation. It's going to be sold out. I'm renovating. This is just...
Terracotta tile is not
This is
cheap.
amazing. But I think comedians, well, not just comedians, any industry, people are wary of working. You've got to be cautious when you work with other people because it's not personal, but the energies have to be right.
Yeah.
Especially this tour just went crazy beyond what we could ever expect.
Yeah.
So it looks like it's going to continue well into next year. So we spend a long time together, a lot of time together.
Yes.
And Alfred, you know, has a very good heart.
Keep on. Tell them more.
No, he's just, you know, we talk about it on stage all the time. Obviously, you're coming to see the show. But we just really click.
Yeah.
And that for me is super special.
Alfred, is he being honest here? And you can be honest
100%
with us right
honest.
now.
Listen, 2 good things don't always make a great thing. So I've been friends with Marc for ages, and I thought it would work because I used to open for Marc many years ago. And then, you know, but that's not my show. I just get to do the opening act. And then on the first night at the Lottering, that's when you know for sure. And then it has been great since.
Yeah. You guys have such a beautiful relationship, the two of you, but I want to add a little bit of spice here because the show is Alfred and Marc, right?
Yes.
Why not Marc and Alfred?
Alphabetical.
I wake up nights
Really?
all the time and wonder about the day that we went to the designer and that I foolishly said, let's do it in alphabetical order. Because now every night in the wings I'm going to say, give it up for Alfred and Marc. By the time I say Marc, you audience, you can't hear my name.
It's already faded.
It's alphabetical.
Yeah.
Okay, it's alphabetic. Let's go.
I think this is bringing balance to your career, Marc. You've always been so catapulted into the limelight. You're constantly narrating and stealing the show. So it's nice to see you sharing the bag for once.
Whitney and Mariah.
Listen, I want to get into the nitty-gritty of the two of you, of the show together. But first, Marc, you've also launching a brand new show, Marc Eugene Lottering.
Who is that?
What is that?
Who's Eugene?
Ooh, Eugene.
Apparently it's someone my mother had on the side.
Wait, is that I have a second name as well?
You have a second name. What's your second name?
Renee, hang on, you just made something click now. Hang on, I need to go ask some questions.
Is your second name Renee?
Yes.
You guys are such beautiful. I've got Stefanus Johannes.
Renee and Eugene.
Van Strijdom.
So, okay, well, we can have a whole show about your second name, that's for sure. But that show, you know, I think what all comics do and what Alfred does as well, every year, you know, the bills have to be paid and you think, what am I going to do this year? Another stand-up show, which in itself, it's quite a thing to put together. And there are some venues who want to know a year in advance.
Sure, yeah.
And so they pushed me and they said, we need another show. And I've been on about ancestry and where I come from, because my mother has been telling us for years that we're German. And
German.
and somehow I don't believe her completely. Somehow there's just something. So and then she finished. She would say, "No, you're German Caribbeans, you know." And we'd say, "But who are those other people who keep coming to funerals as well? You know, I've never seen such dark Germans in my life." She says, "Don't worry about them now." So we're doing this thing about ancestry, and I think South Africans are quite on about it. And I've seen a trend on TikTok as well, where young South Africans are talking a lot about where they come from, because I find the older generations not telling you how the extra A got into your surname. Adriaan or Adriaan. So I thought I'd do a show, which is why it's called Marc Eugene Lottering, talking about that, but just talking about my life in general, because I feel that I'm now at a stage of my life where I can kind of talk about things I never wanted to talk about previously. You know, growing up at school, when you realize that you're the gay kid in the class and you're praying on the field, please don't kick the ball to me, please. So all of those things I'm going to be talking about, and a little bit. And that show existed before the Alfred and Marc idea, before the Brandy day.
Yeah.
Now I'm kind of wishing, because now he's keeping me so busy, what I have to tell people is Alfred, obviously younger than me, has a lot of energy and a lot of data. So you will get a message 12:20 at night. Kiki, my bro, I'm just thinking about another venue. What do you think about it? And I'm like...
I also have 2 children, not just one. So I'm like, if before he books Eugene shows, let me get all those weekends.
I don't know if the Eugene show would have happened if this was happening today, but I feel like I saw the response to it on social media. People are very interested in the solo show, in the topics that are about to come as well.
Where these German roots come from.
Where these German roots come from. I mean, my mother, you know, everybody's mother tells a story. And my mother at family gatherings used to love telling the story. She'd say, and we'd say, "Mommy, but there must be another side to the family. You know, you keep talking about this fair side." And she said, "Because, you know, there's my hair." And she said, "No, your hair wasn't always like this, Marc. When I used to walk around with you as a child in Claremont Gardens, you were such a beautiful, fair baby. People used to come up to me and say, 'But your madam has a beautiful child.'" And my mother would tell the story with everybody in the room going, "There's so much wrong with the story." But, you know, it's that generation.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be interesting. And now I'm developing that show. But our show together has brought people so much joy, because you're taking the Alfred Adriaan fans and the Marc Lottering fans and putting them in one room. So half the room goes to church and the other half needs to have a good talk with their creator still. And to see these 2 groups of people come together has been amazing.
Yeah, we'll chat a little bit more a little bit later on with regards to the show.
Oh,
what
are we
it
going to stay?
entails. And you're not going anywhere. Stick around with Alfred and Marc. They are, man, you guys are just
say Marc
stars.
and Alfred, because
Marc and Alfred, they are still here. I don't know, to the kitchen.